What's happening, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions. You know, shit. Shout out to the Venus Lounge. Shout out to NNO with Cat Bobineau. It's Friday. What's today? The 9th? Yeah, May 9th, 2025. I got a great show lined up for you tonight. This show tonight is a special show for me personally because I got my family here. You know, shout out to Farrell Films and Camouflage. They couldn't be here tonight. The brothers out there handling business, making shit happen. So this is what's up with us tonight. This is what we doing. I'd like to let my guest introduce herself. Like I said, once again, this is a good show, personal, because I got a loved one here, family, with my guy. So, welcome to the show, nephew.
Man, I'd like to be here, man. What's up, world? My name is Matthew Ventrell, coming from Oakland, California.
Tell who you is, man.
Don't
be
Ventrell,
shy about
man.
the shit.
I'm a young artist from Oakland, California, on the rise, trying to make my little my mark in the game somewhere. I don't really want to be in the industry, but I just want to make some influence and some impact through the words that I create and the stories that I tell.
Okay, shit, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Tell people who you is, what's happening, what it do. Feel me? What's happening with you, man? So, before we even get into it, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
On Instagram, you can follow me at Matthew Ventrell 3. Anywhere else, Matthew Ventrell by itself. On all music platforms, you can find my music on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, everywhere.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, first off, I want to welcome you to the show, nephew. Love you.
Love you too. Huh?
I'm glad you you here. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful, special occasion.
Yes, sir.
So, for the people who don't know you, let's introduce you. Tell them who you are, tell them where you from, what you got going. Let's start with that.
So I'm Matthew Ventrell from Oakland. Pretty much.
From where?
I'm from East Oakland. From the
Where?
Murders.
Okay.
From the Murders.
Tell
Excuse me.
them
23rd. Right now, I'm working on this music, man. I'm working hard, doing these shows, trying to get out there a little more. I got this EP coming. It's a rap EP. I got a lot of influence. My major influences in this music was Mac Dre. First off, my Uncle B.I.G. off top of my list.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my cousin.
So it's a lot of influence there. You're going to hear a lot of Bay Area influence, a lot of that Oakland sound, and also it's just, it was a project for me to get back on my hype and talk my shit the way I like to.
Okay. So let's start from your influence. Yeah. So let's start. How did you start it? Because tell people what it is.
I always loved music. So even growing up as a kid, I remember being like 6 years old. I got my first Thriller tape. After I got that, it was over. I had the jacket, I had the penny loafers, I had everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I was about 9 years old. And me and my cousins, we used to sit down and write the raps of our favorite rappers back then. So back then it was the Hot Boys, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be Lil Wayne. So we would write the raps, and one day my Uncle B.I.G., he called us in there. He was like, "Man, what y'all doing?" We like, "We writing raps. We writing the songs that we like so we can know them." He was like, "If y'all can do that, y'all can write your own raps, talk about your own life."
You can.
Like 9 years old, I started trying to do it. So I would just talk about stuff that was fun, stuff I was doing, kid stuff, riding skateboards, running around with my friends, things like that. And from there, I had the bug, man. I seen how my uncle was moving. I seen he was doing shows. He was doing it. He was lit, Yeah. So
Cousin was doing it.
About 2005, I say, like 8th grade, I recorded my first song, started taking it seriously, started performing, and I've been locked in ever since. How my uncle was moving, I seen he was doing my first song, started taking, and I'm still doing it.
So watching your uncle, my cousin B.I.G., rest in peace, love you, miss you. How was it growing up in that household?
For me, it was
musically that inspiration, because your uncle was doing his thing. He was moving music.
The influence was strong. It was great. It was powerful. Not only was he my biggest influence, but also he was around a lot of the artists that I was also influenced by. Right. So he's hanging out with these guys, and come to find out, they basically look up to him and they like him, and you know what I'm saying. So it was just more of a, like, this my hero in music. This is what I want to be like. You know, I want that feel. I want to have that influence, that impact on people, and not just people listening, but even other artists. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. So, you said 2005. Cause damn, I remember you was. It's you know, I'm trying to keep it a regular interview because I'm really like, my guy is doing his thing, so I'm like happy because this is a great thing, you know, watching from, you know, I've known you from shit before you knew yourself.
Yeah.
So through the chronicles of history, growing up in the Dubs, you found that influence, and you. Because even like B&B's, we used to we started doing the same shit, rapping about a different shit, and coming up, it was just some wild shit that we used to do. So when he greenlighted you, how did that feel?
It felt good. At first, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought he wasn't messing with it. I'm like, man, he don't like it. He think it's whack. And then one day, I was at school. I came home from school, and he was on the computer. He was sitting there, and he was listening to some of my stuff. And he was like, "This actually sounds pretty good," you know. And my mama came in. This one I knew it was good. My mama came in and she listened to it. She like, "Boy, is this one of your songs?" Talking to my uncles, talking to B.I.G. She like, "Is this one of your songs? It sound good." He was like, "Nah, this your son's song." She looked at me. She was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I got it now. Thanks, aunt." You know.
That's what's up. So, your vision. Take me through your vision of your writing process, your style. Because I've been listening, and I'm like, okay, cousin doing his thing. You know, I've been listening for a minute, and I'll be telling you, I'll be like, hey, you doing your shit. Let it roll.
My process really is off of influence. A lot of it be real life. Like, I can see something in the street. I can be in a store and see something beautiful, something, you know what I mean? And now I got a love song, you know what I mean? Or however it go. My style, it varies. I'm not just a rapper. I also do the singing too. So it's like I do a lot of pop music and you know, the dance hall vibe songs and different things. So it varies. You might catch me today and you know, I'm doing my rapping, and then the next time you see me, I want to be on my singing, kind of more chill, laid back hype, you know. And
that's what's up.
More or less, I feel the things that I went through in life day to day are the things that also inspired me and influenced me, because I grew up and I got to see certain things that I rap about, you know what I mean? And then also too, when it comes to the singing, I got to see certain situations in my life. They gave me a perspective on love and situations and different things, or also just having fun, man. I remember growing up and it was fun, and that's the most of all my inspiration is just making sure that when you listen to my stuff, you feel good and you enjoy yourself while you hear it.
That's what's up. And I mean, you come from a musically inclined family. It's she DJing, doing her thing, you know.
A lot of people don't know is my grandma was the one that started it.
Pat?
Yeah.
Oh, you on
TV? She the one that started it. She was singing and everything. She was doing her thing, but she took the other route. You know, she stayed in church. So she sang more with the choir and different things. But I feel like her musical influence kind of fell off onto him. And I'm thankful for that. Exactly.
It's in your DNA. And I can attest to that. And so you've been at it for a minute. So you got how many projects have you put out? Take us through the process.
So a long time ago, it wasn't all this digital, right? So let me just start there, right? I was putting out music. I was putting out music when cats were still burning CDs and things like that. I used to walk around in Eastmont with my backpack full of burnt CDs, handing them out. You know what I'm saying? So if I go back from the beginning of time, I got about 20, 30 projects, but if we're gonna go on what's on digital and everything right now, I got about 6. Oh man, I didn't talk about it. I didn't done numerous projects.
Don't cut yourself short with something because it ain't what's happening now. You was there doing it, like you said, walking with backpacks full of burnt CDs.
Oh yeah.
A lot of artists today don't have an inkling of what that type of shit that hustle is about. You know. because you had to push your music. It wasn't no put your shit up on the internet and hope it go viral. No, you talking about you had to go out there and push your shit yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you've been through that because, like I said, you come from great stock.
Yes, sir. I mean, it was a lot different back then too. I feel like because when you were actually doing stuff, or
it was good.
When you would tap in with people in your city, it was kind of more of a connection, a personal connection. Nowadays, like I said, it's more digital. So when you're talking to cats, it's via message and different things like that.
Right.
I feel like people who didn't experience that, not saying that they lack in any or nothing like that, but kind of don't appreciate that come up more.
True.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, I had to walk around promoting myself before I could boost a post. You know what I mean?
You had to go through the guerrilla trenches back in the day, and you couldn't sit there and go and be. Actually, you if you didn't have your hood nicknamed you. You know, you couldn't be calling yourself something if it wasn't certified and stamped and went through the trenches. And them hyena battles, because you witnessed some hyena battles.
Oh yeah.
When you was younger with all of us there, with Cliff, Spuda, B.I.G.
Shout out to the
Chris, and all of us. We used to do some wild shit. But you witnessed some hyena battles, back in the day. But what was that like?
What, growing up over there?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was. See, all right, now let me say this from a kid perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful because I had all my friends. It was culture. It was a bunch of black families around there. It wasn't no gentrification like that. It was nice. We had, everybody knew each other. The neighbor could pop me upside the head and walk me down the street and tell my grandmother, and she getting my ass too, because that's what was right if I was outside messing up. You know what I'm saying? Looking from this perspective as an adult, knowing what was really going on, it was functioning over there. It was one of the craziest spots in that day, you know what I mean? But it was still love and culture, because before I was off the porch, it was cats that was already off the porch, and when they'd see me trying to put my foot out there, they'd be like, here, take these few dollars, Lil Matt, go to the store. Go to the store, go do that. And back to the nickname, that's how I got that, Lil Matt. That was my first rap name. That was the first rap name, was Lil Matt, and I got that from the block, though. Mm-hmm. You know, they used to call me Lil Matt, Lil Fat Ass Matthew, all that.
Mm-hmm. Go get them cheese fries.
Yeah.
No, not the cheese fries, the hot fries from T.I. Go get the hot fries. So, like you said, you spoke on, you can do rapping one day, you can do singing, you can do. I like that. You got to be multicultural, and you can't put yourself in the box, because everybody want to rap about how tough they is, how hard they are, and all of the glamour shit that everybody think they be on. But it's dope, and I respect that artists who can tap into different lanes of stuff and open themselves up to be like, man, I want to go this way, I want to do that, I want to do, because shit, back in the day, remember you watched us from. When I be on the block with sake, and niggas be like, this nigga out here with sake. I'm like, nigga, because I'm drinking sake. But you know what I'm talking about. You got to be a pioneer in this shit.
Yeah, do
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You trailblaze.
Well, so the switch came because I didn't want to. I kept being labeled just a street rapper and a hyphy rapper, you know what I mean? And that's not all I wanted to be at that time. So like at 19, I started doing the singing, the pop music and all that.
Do dirt watching.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just, like you said, I didn't want everybody to feel like I could just do this one thing. And then too, like growing up, I ain't gonna lie, him being one of my influences and fake looking like him, a lot of people was Mac Drake. Yeah,
because I used to like Mac look like, I used to be like, this nigga look like Drake, like a motherfucker.
Hey, no, man. Look, so I don't know, man. I just didn't want that, and I didn't want to only have that. And I felt like I would have been stagnant if I would have not tried to open up my perspective on different things. You know what I mean? So once I wrote my first little singing song and figured out I could do it, it was on.
That's real shit. So, because you've been dropping shit for a minute. I've been watching. You know what I'm saying? The old dude like the Muppet Show, watching like, my nigga doing this shit. That's what's up. That's good. Man, that's what's up. And I tell you, I be like, man, do your shit. I'm saluting, respect all day. So, your productions, who do you work with?
So a lot of my personal people, I get production from D-Matic. I get production from Marciano. Shout out D-Matic. Shout out Marciano. Shout out DJ Ferragamo. Those are my close and dear. Shout out to my engineer Chill, because he always got me sounding good. Also, D-Matic is great on the engineering as well. A lot of times though, because I didn't get a lot of opportunity, let me say, I think, I find certain production. Okay. I go think of, right now I'm in this mode. Like I said, I might be in a Caribbean mode. I might have listened to a bunch of, my Caribbean artists, and now I'm like, all right, let me go find me some beats. And I'll find a beat, I'll reach out to the producer, we do business, and we locked in.
That's what's up.
And then that way, too, I can kind of spread my net, because I don't have to just worry about having one producer, and not saying that he can't deliver, but he might not be able to do the Caribbean like the other way you can. You know what I mean? But he can do some hard-ass bass for me.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, you gotta have, here's the thing. If you can't be a one-trick pony in this industry of entertainment, and that's encompassing everything: music, acting, poetry, comedy, whatever the fuck. You can't be a one-trick pony, because that becomes who you are. You put yourself in a fucking corner, and you can't go outside that box. Now everybody be like, this phase of music or whatever is over, so now you stuck. If you only make one type of music, only. If all your music is, nigga, I did this, I got pounds, fuck you, nigga, stab you, fuck you. It'll be a point to where people graduate. Music is like the education system.
Yeah.
And you're going to get this at 3 a.m. Niggas, listen to me real quick. Music is like the educational system. You go through phases, and the industry goes through phases to where they may be on one genre or one style for a minute. The machine will push out some shit. And usually niggas follow the fucking path of the machine, and everybody got to sound this way now. Everybody got to do. But it's going to come a day when that shit ain't spinning as much. Or people be like, dude, I'm tired of hearing this type of shit. We need to hear something else. You got to be able to do this shit that you're doing. Because I listen to you, like the homie also from the Dubs, Rockstar. Y'all get to singing. Y'all do the Afro beats, the Caribbean shit. That's that shit, because it's like, I can't be boxed in. And that's beautiful. I love that, bro, about you and y'all, bro. That's what's up. Is today, I got a question. And tell me. All right. Tell me you and Cuzzo got a song or some collab somewhere.
Man, Blood, look. So, I waited hella years to do a song with Blood, right? And we finally did something together. And honestly, I got to go into his archives of his hard drives. I gotta get it and try to find it.
Please.
Also, too, shout out to T.
Shout out T100.
Yeah, T100.
That's my nigga.
And me, Unc, and T, we did a song, and I want to see if he got the file. He probably got the file of it, though.
I'm going to call T. I need that. I'm telling you, I need that.
For sure.
I need that.
For sure.
Because I was like, I need that.
Yeah, man. Nah, but he do have a bunch of, I'm going to have to do the Tupac. He got a bunch of, I'm just going to have to throw a verse on it or something, you know what I mean?
That's cool.
We're going to do it like that.
Cuzzo was doing his thing, man. And we already know. We already know what it is. And the crazy part about it, for y'all don't know, we grew up together, and then we found out we was family when we later in life, but we've always been family. Yeah. And when it's certified, bloodline, no bullshit, that's the dopest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's always love. This journey, this music journey, do you? Because I know you been posting your little 6-pack and shit, motherfucker. You want to get into this modeling shit too, bro? What you trying to do?
What's funny, right? I just had a conversation with a good friend of mine who's also a photographer, and I just told him we finna book a photo shoot because I need to make sure that my portfolio is straight, because I'm about to put my foot in the game, acting and modeling.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now with us over here, so I definitely, and my two co-hosts, we know we do movies and shit, but I will definitely make sure you in the line and shit when shit popping. But where do you see yourself in 5? Yeah, I'll give you the basic answer the question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, and in each avenue or venue or what you're doing?
In 5 years, on hard work, dedication, and discipline, for sure. I feel like everything that I want to manifest will happen. All my goals will be reached. For music, I don't really want to sign a record deal. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I want to stay independent. And if I do anything that's within the industry, they're just going to have to give me a distribution deal for my label. Because I already got the label, we in business, you know what I'm saying, everything. The label's MCV Music Group. And we just going to get the distribution deal. But also, I'm going to keep it 100. If for any reason the acting was to level up a little more than the music, I go where it's, where I got a little more going on, just to see how I feel, to see how it feels to be in that world and be successful in that world. And also, too, I know whatever I gain over there, I can flood over into the music. You know what I mean? And then, same thing for the modeling. But the modeling, that's just a little, because I'm fit and stuff, and I know I can take some pictures. I just want to have some fun with that. But the acting and the music is something that I do take serious, because it's something that I've always done.
Well, you know me. I got people I introduce you and been in their ear, so y'all that know me. And my little cousin be doing his thing, and he got a 6-pack, okay? So he be doing his thing, so I'm gonna chop it up with y'all. Y'all chime in. Get him on there. What's up? We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make shit happen.
We're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen. Put that shit into existence with the universe. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about your 5-year plan, your goals. I know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do this one. This for the women out there, because I know y'all stargazing and shit. Because I know nowadays they got this pop balloon shit going on.
I'm not on no. I'm gonna keep it 100. If anybody wanted to do a 20 versus Matt, I'd probably have to decline, because that's not even my style.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't like that type of shit.
I keep my shit personal.
Everybody do
under wraps and shit.
Thank you. See, see.
But shout out to Honey. How you doing, baby? We're gonna keep the rest personal and under wraps.
Thank you. See, exactly. So, because motherfucker, that's why. Thank you. See what I'm saying? There's fucking hope. There's hope in the youth. I know we sit here and be like, man, these motherfuckers don't get it. No, there are some, not a lot. There are some who pay attention to the people before them, and they receive the tools and the jewels that they were given, and they prosper in life. Because
my generation, probably the last generation, to actually grab a hold of some of y'all game and y'all knowledge, and to carry that shit on with us.
You do well, because you ain't. I'm gonna give you your flowers, and I'm gonna give you your props and respect. Do man form in person. You don't be on no bullshit. You ain't out here on no bullshit. You really being respectable as you've been shown, and you saw a lot of shit. But I'm proud of the man you've become.
Thank
you. And that you chose to be, because it's your fucking choice. Keeping it real, it's your choice to listen to us or not. Watch what we do or do what we do. Or choose a hybrid version of it. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of you, dude. And
thank you.
As I'm just gonna tell you that. So I'm proud of you for doing what you do, and not being. You're not a statistic. You're not out here on no bullshit. So I'm gonna always give you your props. And Daryl's watching. He said, "Hey, he's watching. What's up,
dude? What's up, man? What's
up, guys? What can we look forward to? Because summer's about to start.
Oh man,
look, you got your shows, you got lineups. What you got going?
May 17th is the next show. I got a show out in Hayward, May 17th. May 24th is this event called the Adult Recess. They did part 1 already, so the one on May 24th is going to be part 2. And that's going to be another event in Hayward. I'm going to be live there. Also, I'm going to be having fun there. It's going to be 3-on-3 basketball, big jumpers for the grown-ups. Okay. Leave your kids at home. It's Adult Recess. Don't bring your kids. Come have some fun. After that, I'll be at Noble Cinema on June 6th. That's out in Sonoma. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna pull up to the Elbow Room or something like that. I'm thinking about doing
the Elbow Room.
Yeah, a couple of these open mics out here. Yeah, man. You know me. You know Igor.
I function Igor. I know. This is my guy.
Yeah. First time I met him was at Bay Life with Unc. Bianca took me up there. You know.
Yeah, that's my guy. I'm fucking with him tonight. Young Bulls, old heads, and young Bulls. What's happening? Thank you for tuning in. All good. Hey, matter of fact. All right, I'm gonna link you up with Lil Cuzzo to come on your podcast. We go, our network. We network.
Let's do it.
That's what we do here.
I'm locked in everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm trying to have my face everywhere, my name everywhere.
That's what's up.
I want my kids proud of their daddy, and I want to set a good example for them. You know.
That's what's up. So you want to do modeling, movies? We'll link it up. I've always tap in with my network. You know that it's carte blanche. You know it's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Old Heads and Young Bulls. That's a podcast that he's been a guest on my show. Shout out. Link up. We'll make it happen. All good, definitely. Cause my brother's representing, my little cousin's representing the well, and it's always selfish forever. You gotta love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Biaggi. That's Carly Love said, looking forward to your shows. That's what's up. All good. Appreciate you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. So you got shows coming up. You got what aside from you already told us those things what you want to do, but what else you want to do? Skip part. Break it down. Tell niggas what you want to do.
I'm not even gonna lie. Most of my ventures jump into just making sure that I can build some generational wealth.
Cause you come from it.
Yeah, and I want to keep that going. I just want to make sure that I'm doing something that's going to be successful and that I can leave a piece of it for the generation that's after me, for their kids and for their kids. And hopefully they still got a piece of it by then. You know what I mean? And they take it and they flip it. Like, a lot of people get property from their people. They sell it. They get a bunch of stuff and get rid of it.
But y'all, you don't come from that.
Oh, no, I don't. So I want to set that example.
You come from a lineage of holding on to everything. Shout out to Grammy. Rest in peace, Grammy.
Yes,
we love you. We miss you.
Yes.
That's been and your pawpaw.
Oh yeah.
He's been, and your great grandpa. I salute you because you come from a lineage of true excellence when it comes to this melanated mind, instead of, like you said, generational wealth. And I being that I know you more than they do.
Yeah.
So I can sit here and just be and I'm, how can I say, I'm honored and privileged and happy and proud to see. I remember the day you came home from the hospital when you was little, to see you now.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing to see. No bullshit. It's a great thing to see because we come from excellence, and it is possible to continue that lineage of excellence. And like I said, I tell you in your fucking face, that's what the fuck is this about.
See, a lot of our kids, they wasn't meant to be little niggas and little runners and all that. A lot of these quote-unquote little niggas and little demons, they were supposed to be little doctors, little astronauts, little scientists, little ball players, little teachers. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were supposed to be, for
you can
sure.
even be a little janitor, a little garbage man, because they union and they make a lot of little plumbers.
But at least
they make a lot of money.
They doing something, they keeping their nose clean, and it start with the mentality that we put in there. Mind, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If we continue to say, "Oh, you a little nigga, you running," he gonna take that persona and he gonna run with it because this what my daddy said I was. So that's what I gotta be.
I gotta be a little nigga. We like nigga.
That's why even though but they still motivated me and influenced me to be a greater person and to do different things. You know what I mean? So even if I had a cousin that might have been on the block, he was still trying to preach to me and tell me the struggles of it. And hey, man,
you weren't allowed to do shit.
Nah, I had to sneak and do shit.
You weren't allowed. You weren't allowed to be out there fucking with us doing bullshit.
I had to sneak.
It wasn't happening. Marie wasn't having it for one.
Nah, you know what? I had to wait till I was grown to really be grown. You know what I mean?
Your job was to go to the store, get some hot fries, and come back. But
I might get that note to get some cigarettes from mom. So, you know.
Note, hey, my mom said, give me some. Yeah, but I'm elated in watching the growth and the man that you've become, and I can't not tell you that, because we, as melanated people, we fuck around and don't tell people how proud of each other we are, because of whatever bullshit it be. Life be lifing, but we don't tell each other as men. Don't get me wrong, sisters, they be, you my bitch, you got it. And I'm not knocking y'all. They do that shit. But as men, we miss out on a lot of that shit, because don't get me wrong, life be lifing, and you know, we get caught up in the sour sop of shit. But I'm exuberantly excited and proud of who was in front of me, because I've watched from the day you came home to now, and I just being real with y'all, if you being proud as a melanated man to watch and know someone from the beginning and to adulthood, and see the dodging of the bullshit circumstances that life gives us, and to be like, this is a genuine good dude who's doing good things, and you watched it before. I've watched him before elementary school, watched him from the bottle, and I'm not trying to say, I mean, yeah, he's younger, but you watch that shit, and I'm like, damn, proud, love it, and that's the shit that we need, and I love you to death, you know that.
I love you too.
And I'm proud of who you are.
Thank you.
And I appreciate who you become, and I know what you watched and seen, and I am so proud of the choices you've made in life. You need more conversations like that, melanated men. We need to be there for our younger people, even the reaching out to our people of the same age of us, and maybe even the older people. These are conversations we need to have, because if nobody sits there and tells him, I'm proud of you, how will he know? How will you know?
You won't know.
And now people make decisions based on shit they assume. You already know this. You know, I go to the ends of the world for you.
Sure.
So I'm gonna tell you that, and
Sure.
I think that's a great thing. If you could work with, I'm going back because I'm trying to make this not a personal interview. I'm trying to, but at the same time, I'm gonna give you your flowers here in person. What artists would you want to work with?
Are we talking living or dead?
Either. Give top 5 living, top 5 dead, or whatever. It ain't gotta be top 5. What artists? Because I don't want to limit you.
I'm not even gonna lie. Most of my idols is dead. Like, and it's not even like that. But just unfortunately, like, that's just what happened. Michael, of course, like I said in the beginning, Mike was jump started me into this music. Prince for sure is an influence.
You had the black jacket with the red.
Oh yeah, man, I had the jacket and the loafers. You know, I be on my bad boy hype sometimes. Not that bad boy, but I be on
no Diddy.
None.
No Diddy.
I be on my kind of rebellious hype. So Rick James is another artist that I work with. Plus his writing skills were just the best. He wrote for a lot of artists.
Yes,
a lot of people don't know he fucked with the Temptations.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
All that.
Wayne is an artist I would like to work with. Jay-Z's creativity when he in the studio is immaculate to me because he can just put some words together, whether it's written or not written. However, he's a great artist, and if I can bring them back, me, B.I.G. and Mac Dre for sure do a project together. That'd be the hardest shit out. I don't care what nobody said. That'd be the hardest shit out.
I'm gonna give you that. That would be. Oh my God.
One more, and I won't forget, and I want to say it just so it's known.
Keep it going.
One more. Cash Lord Mess. I fuck with Mess. Mess got I regardless of personal life musically, Mess has a great influence. He was doing very creative, and he put a lot of spotlight on this side when he was bumping, when he was popping. And, you know, Mess as an artist, he's very creative, and that's a part. Like I want to work with him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we can make some great stuff too.
That's what's up. Yeah. Okay. So most of the ones you said ain't here. Okay. Living. You said Mess, so we can do that.
Like I said, I work with Wayne. That's one of
Wayne,
my
you said
my
Mess
features.
and Wayne.
You know, it's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie because it just came to me recently. I want to do some work with Young Thug, man. Like his sounds is just. I feel like we can get real creative and silly because at times my mind get weird. And when I say weird, I mean like on that Lil Uzi, Trippie Redd, that Juice WRLD hype. You know what I mean? So I feel like we can collaborate and make something great. I do kind of want to work with Glorilla. As a female artist, I feel like she go hard. And she's not she's talking about sex, but she's not just selling her ass in her music. You know what I mean? She's kind of selling a little more than just let me bend over for you. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't know. I'm used to doing a lot of music by myself. So when it comes to collaborations, I never can think of an artist, and I feel like that's because I've had artists that I wanted to work with, and I'm ready to push a project, but you're not ready. Okay, well, I'm going to do your verse slot and make this just a solo song. So when it comes to collaborations, it'd be hard for me to think, you know?
I hear you. Because you're talking about two different business entities trying to come together and make shit happen, so I respect that. So acting. Let's just tap into this for half a second. If you can act, male or female, what actors would you like to work with?
I want to be an Avenger.
Damn.
But
okay.
let me say this. Music, movie production wise, I wanna get with the boy Ryan Coogler. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ryan Coogler. I wanna get with him.
Ryan.
I feel like the thing that he did with Black Panther was just amazing. You know what I mean? And I had an idea for the dude Static Shock. So I'm like, okay, maybe. Or if not, just put me in some realm of action. I don't really care who I'm around. I just want to be in that field. You know, I want to do the action. I want to be the hero. I want to do my own stunts.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see you doing. I can see you doing that. Because we finna break into the summer. Summer finna start. Memorial Day is what? 2 weeks? No, 3 weeks away. 2.5. Yeah, away. Because that's the official start of summer. You got. You said what you got lined up for the summer. What you got lining up for the fall?
For the fall, I'm gonna drop a more pop influence project.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot of dancehall songs on there.
Nothing wrong with that.
I hooked up with a producer and he got the touch for them, but I got a lot of other little pop songs on there that I want to put out.
You gonna shout out the producer? Or you gonna keep them to yourself?
Kai on the beat, man. Shout out to Kai on the beat. He a young dude, but he really, you know, he be kind of in the. He don't really want the. You know what I'm saying? But bro is amazing. Like he for sure can do something good as a producer. You know, like I said, he's young, so he got time to still build. But I want to do the pop project, and really for the fall, I just really want to sit back and just build my catalog more.
Okay.
I probably would take that time to get more into the acting while I ride the little wave off this EP. I'm not saying the date because the date is not to be said, but July the EP will be dropping.
Okay.
I will be dropping the Matt the Most EP in July.
Matt the Most EP.
That's the one that's going to have a little hyphy Bay Area influences on it. There's going to be some samples on there.
Okay.
If y'all go on Spotify right now, not right now, but if y'all go on Spotify, y'all find some of the songs on there. I got a couple singles, Holla New Twerk and Who Would Have Thought.
Yeah, we was slapping that earlier. Y'all peep the stories. That's what we was doing earlier. You know, I usually do my pregame solo, but pregame today was with you. We was doing your shit, slapping your thing. Monet, thank you for tuning in. I see you. What's good? I'm just tell the people what you want to tell them. We going. Just tell the people what you want to tell them. What's happening?
I just want to tell y'all, man, that greatness is coming. You know, like we said, I want to keep a good influence. I want to keep something positive going on, and that's another reason why I said I chose the lane that I chose. I don't want people listening to me. I got friends in bad situations. I didn't heard a friend say, I listen to so-and-so music. I'll pop some Xanax, and I woke up in jail, and all my years been gone. And that's not good. And I would hate for a cat to turn on my music and to feel like he can go and do something like that. So I want to make this feel good music. I want to make everything that's going to make people rejuvenate their souls. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure that I have an influence, because if you don't feel the music, then you'll feel the person that's spitting this music, and you'll understand why I have this path that I have.
Right, because I mean, and let's keep it a buck, y'all. And you can call me an elder statesman, an old nigga, or whatever. But a lot of today's music, and I'm putting everybody in a blend melting pot with this, but a majority of today's music is drug user music, and no, music is the drug. If you know what I'm talking about,
that part.
Music tames the savage beast. The music itself is what touches you and it vibes to your organs and your whatnot and your chakras and whatever with the hurt you listen to music to. Everybody I'm off this pills, I'm off perks, I'm off this, I'm off Zataran, I'm off you motherfuckers off Pepto-Bismol. I don't know what the fuck you niggas is off of nowadays, but you niggas is off of too much shit, and y'all promote that shit, and it's drug dope fiend music. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes y'all catch a beat, because a broke clock is right twice a day. You know, y'all catch some catchy shit, but it seems like the lane of music is more to this dope fiend shit. This drug abuser, and I gotta be super high. I gotta be this. I gotta be off a double cup of whatever. And it's like, nah, man. The vibe is the vibe. Let's have fun, and that energy resonates through the shit. But you niggas that's on this super dope fiend music, you niggas the machine will push you, because they want everybody to be dope fiends.
But it's only gonna push you for so long.
Like I said, exactly, because once the people wake up to be like, you know something, I don't want to be high like that no more. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to be just drunk. I just want to vibe and have fun and chill. Once you put those priorities in your hard drive, and that's what your shit be on, a lot of this low vibrational shit don't matter. You niggas will get that at 3 in the morning.
And that's the thing, though. People be on these low frequencies. And when you're on that low frequency, you can't really think clearly. You know what I mean? And that's where that influence comes from, because it's like, he made it talking about this, so now I'm going to make it talking about this.
Exactly.
And now, good story for you, right? This was when Soulja Boy first came out. This is just part of the influence. So, meet with a guy, and we talking. And he like, you rap real good, but can you dance? And at the time, I'm like, no, nigga, I can't dance. You know, I'm doing Mac Dre hyphy dances and shit. I'm like, nah, I can't dance like Soulja Boy and nothing like that. He like, well, right now, if you ain't dancing, we ain't fucking with you.
Burn.
I'm like, that's the phase that we on? And after that, it was a bunch of groups of people but once that faded out, all the killing and drug and all that shit came out.
Everybody had to dance. Yeah. Everybody had to dance. I'm so glad that you've seen it, because I be trying to give people the ism and the soup and the gems, because I'm gonna make the plate for you. You got to eat it up yourself. But I'm so glad you brought it up and said it yourself, because if you look at the catalog of music and the annals of history when it comes to music, you can break shit down to the control factor of what's going on. Because like even now you got dance, because you got 5 elements of hip hop that stands true to this day from the beginning.
For sure.
MC, DJ, breakdancing, graffiti, tagging is hip hop. All that shit. So you got line dances now. You got the fan shit now. And I'm like, okay, I'm not knocking none of that shit. I'm not. But it's all about an expression. But you have the poison in that shit. And if y'all, everybody can make up a dance. Everybody can make up a whatever. Everybody can make up a rap. Everybody can make up anything. You got DJs doing. You got real DJs. And you got push button DJs. You got everything. Just come from the heart with the shit you do.
That part. And that's why older music still lasts today, because they was coming from their heart.
And it was recorded in a different frequency.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Today's music you niggas get is drone music. It's that shit that SpongeBob, when they put the helmets on him in the old SpongeBob movie, and everybody was, I wanna rock, and they was like, before that everybody was that's the shit you niggas is on nowadays. And there's nothing wrong with thinking outside the box and coming back and destroy the box. And once again, like I told you, I'm proud that you've seen that shit, and you haven't allowed yourself to be put in that box or think that's the only lane that you can do some shit. Because just like even when it comes to the sisters, y'all think y'all gotta be on these fake ass reality shows when all you can do is fight and be on the bikini and bra. And I'm a man. Don't get me wrong. We like seeing tits and ass, but
not that shit though.
It's like it's messy, but everybody think they got to do that shit.
Yeah,
because
that's what's going right now.
And it's not. And you get people who fall into the I got other shit I want to do, but I'm gonna fall into this lane just to get on. Then once I get on, I'm gonna come and do this righteous shit. And it's like, that's a double-edged sword.
I feel like if you came on, let me say this, when you come on, and that's my positioning out here, because being a pop artist from where I'm from, with a bunch of these mob rappers and all that other shit, I'm the difference to stand out. So when I go into these clubs and I do my little rap shit, but then I hit them with some pop shit at the end, then it's like, oh, okay, that's why he stands out. You know what I mean? And it's like, even if you go into their world or you around these messy hoes, be the one that don't get drunk. And the one that's not really fighting too much. You know what I'm saying? Or at all. And that's how you gonna get your shine, not you being dirty than trying to clean it up, because that don't work. Because now you're typecasted.
Thank you. And then at the end of the day, you'll have motherfuckers that'll sit there. You can come through this industry, a righteous person from soul, spirit, and put yourself in these lanes, and like I said, be like, man, I'm gonna do this just to get on. And when I get on, I'm gonna bring the light. And don't get me, I'm not saying don't have that mentality. No. But what I'm telling you is, when you do, if you've done all this bullshit to get there, that's the shit they're gonna try to say. Like, wait a minute, because everybody can change. There are no short-necked giraffes. But just think about that. And if you always under the misconception of this the only way I can get on, you fucked in the game. You know? But before we leave, I want to salute you.
Yes, sir.
For what you're doing. Tell everybody once again where they can find you on all social media, music.
Hey man, thank you world for taking your time out for us. I'm Matthew Ventrell on Instagram. You can find me at Matthew Ventrell 3, Anywhere else, it's just Matthew Ventrell. Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, SoundCloud, Matthew Ventrell. And I thank y'all once again.
Yeah, you know, he tells you where you can find him. You can find my co-host, Farrell Films, at Farrell Films across the board. You can find Camouflage at KAMMFALAGE across the board. You can find me on Cognac_Confessionals on IG, Cognac Confessionals on YouTube and Facebook. Like, subscribe, share the page. You know, we appreciate everybody. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, go check out the catalog on all social media. Like, subscribe, share. You know, if you have a business, an artist, whatever, you interested in being on the show, please reach out to us. On our social media platforms, we always about uplifting and celebrating and introducing and networking, because network or no work. Like I said, I'm Deshaun. You can always find me in your bitch dreams. Why? Because that's where I reside. But more importantly, you can find me in the bosom of the universe, because that's where I call home. Thank everybody for tuning in. All good. But now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, catch y'all next week, man. And, before we go, this weekend is Mother's Day. Salute, respect to all the women who bore 9 months, 10 months, or even less months of labor to bring us into this world. Honor and respect your first introduction to God. You niggas will get that at 3 in the morning.